Hey there, YouTube. Driving past the Burger King where I filmed my first YouTube video back in August 2nd, on a Saturday. I remember. Oh, and now it's mid-October. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. So I'll admit, I probably shouldn't be doing this live right now. I probably should have tried to wait until daylight. I mean, technically it's already Monday after midnight. I just got out of worked until close again. So I'm happy with that. I'm pretty much always happy, you know, like proud of myself when I'm able to work until close for a night shift these days. Yeah, I probably should have tried to wait though until later today, because I'm probably going to be going back into work later today, or I'm going to try to anyways. But I just didn't want to wait because I don't know. I just don't know how that's gonna go, like if I'm gonna be able to squeeze it in. I wanted to do a video earlier today, when it was still light out, you know, like before I signed in for work, like 10 hours ago, 11 hours ago, something like that. And I just wasn't able to. I also wanted to try to do a day shift this past Friday, and I wasn't able to do that. We had freezing weather here. I think Thursday night it was below freezing, and I wasn't ready for that. I never am, I never will be. It seems like I was trying to get myself ready for it. You know, like I don't have the heat on in my car right now. I haven't been putting the heat on in my car and stuff like that, but 40, 50 degrees is just a whole other ballpark compared to below freezing, obviously. And yeah, I don't put the heat on in my apartment. I'm trying not to budge with that. I just don't like to spend money on that kind of thing. I can help it. I don't like spending money on anything. Doing what I do, you know, I just pretty much, yeah, try not to spend money because it's a bitch for me to make it. So, oh gosh. I just couldn't get my ass out. It was so cold, you know. And I did have the stove on. I think Thursday, Friday, I was doing my thing where I put boiling water in glass jars. And oh gosh, it took everything for me to strip naked and then come out today, you know, like, because my indoor clothes and my outdoor clothes are totally different. So I don't like them to mix, you know. And then I lock my clothes up, my indoor clothes, because I've had stuff go missing. So yeah, I lock my indoor clothes up and stuff. So that transition period is, you know, like when I have the indoor clothes off and before I put the outdoor clothes on, just that freezing cold room. It's just like one big open space. Even if I did try to heat it, it's just not worth it to try to heat that area because the thermostat's broken, and it's just such a big open studio type of space that it just doesn't stay, the heat doesn't stay, you know, it just doesn't last. So it's just, to me, a waste of money pretty much. Also, I didn't know this when I moved in there, because I moved in there so long ago. Oh my gosh, they have the lights! Oh, they have some of the lights already. Wow, this is like Christmas time stuff. I'm driving down Main Street right now. I'm going back a different way than I normally go, and they have like the lights and stuff, so this looks kind of nice. I didn't realize they were gonna do it this early this year. Wow. Usually I feel like this is like Christmas kind of stuff that they do with the lights down here. What was I saying? So yeah, it's a studio. It's a big, oh, and the windows, every single window, I have 3 windows in my apartment. Oh, that one's nice. And sorry, I'm looking at all the lights. All the 3 windows that I have are all facing the west. And yeah, I didn't realize this when I moved in there, but apparently the wind usually blows that way, like from the west. So the wind is usually, more often than not, blowing into my windows. So that obviously doesn't help with the chilly situation in there. Oh gosh, yeah, so the past few days up until today / yesterday, Sunday, Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I was just kind of in despair, just freezing and just like very miserable. just very, very cold and upset. And I don't know, it's just like so hard for me to break out of that. It seems once I get into that mode, kind of, it's like I try so hard, I feel like, but I feel like I'm pretty much one of those people that pretty much has to work just about every single day, pretty much, because if I take more than one day off and get into that kind of groove or that kind of mode, it's just like so hard for me to break out of that. And then I just think to myself how hard I work, you know, and like how expensive the rent is and just like everything. And my rent isn't even like, you know, compared to like most of the places, it seems, my rent is actually a lot less compared to what I hear other people say a lot of places are. But for me, and just like how much I like, you know, I hate having to make money and spend money on stuff, to me it is always going to feel like a lot, like everything pretty much. So I just think to myself, like, you know, I spent the money on this rent, so I want to at least like try to like be able to enjoy this space that I pay for, rather than just constantly be gone at work, you know, like just to get a workout. Like I have a Bowflex to get exercise in my apartment, and I also have a pole in my apartment. So it's like, I just really wish I had a treadmill. Instead of getting the Bowflex that I got, I just don't understand why I didn't get a treadmill. Because treadmills are what I typically love to work out on. And the Bowflex I just don't really like. It just doesn't do it for me. I hardly ever go on it anymore. I used to more often, and then I feel like something changed with it to where it just like doesn't feel right. I feel like something happened with it where it just doesn't feel right for me to work out on anymore. I don't know. I want a treadmill so bad, but yeah, obviously I don't want to spend the money on it. And then the pole that I have there, it's like, it's just not the same as the pole at the club. The pole at the club is like a whole different kind of pole to me. I forget what material my pole is. I think it's titanium or stainless steel or chrome. It's one of those 3. Whereas the pole at the club that I work at, I'm pretty sure is brass. And they say brass is like an alloy, so it's like a mix of different types of metals, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, it's just the one at the pole, whatever it is, whatever kind of brass mixture, it's just a much better grip. I mean, it's very slippery, but when you can get it warmed up and cleaned off with the right kind of rubbing alcohol, which for me is the 70%, it's still better than the one that I have at my place, I feel like. I don't know, the one that's at my place just, and it's just the height difference, you know, the one at the club is like 13, 14 feet. The one at my place is like 7 or 8. So I really can't climb the one at my place. Like there's nothing to really climb, you know what I mean? It's like you just hop on there, and then for me, I just like slip and slide down. So I don't know. It's just not the same, you know. My shift today was pretty interesting as usual. there were dollars stuck on the above the stage again, and I couldn't reach them. So I tried bringing my flower, like with the long stem that I try to use for that sometimes, and that wasn't working this time. So I actually climbed the pole with a broom, like this long handled thing. It's like, I think not like a broom, but like it's basically like the length of a broom with the stick and the handle, but then at the end, instead of like a brush, like a broom, it's like a squeegee type of thing. But like the size and shape, it's kind of like a broom. It's, you know, it's similar, I feel like. It's a very long handle, and I don't know how I climbed the pole with it, because when I was contemplating trying to do that, I was like, there's no way. I'm not going to be able to climb the pole with that thing in my hand. But I did. This was obviously when the shift had first started. There was like nobody there. So this wasn't like once things had really gotten going, obviously. Like this was the very start of the shift. There was like 2 or 3 other people there. Just dancers, like no customers yet. Well, there was one customer, but oh no, trust me, there was one customer. I'll get into that. So I climbed the pole with this like long handled broom type thing, squeegee broom, whatever you want to call it. Somehow, some way, don't know how I did that. Get up there. The handle, I mean, it's like the length of at least me, maybe a little bit longer. So I'm like trying to, you know, shake the dollars loose with it. I got most of them. I got another like boo-boo on my hand from it. I cut my hand trying to do this last Wednesday, and that one had just started to heal today. So, but then I got another one from my dumbass doing it again this time, except with the broom thing. Actually, when I got the cut on this hand from it, it wasn't even from the metal, it was from the duct tape at the top of the pole. I'm pretty sure. And this was like a whole different time that I climbed it without the broom. This wasn't from climbing it with the broom thing. This was climbing it after for the last other dollar that I saw up there. Anyways, okay, so after I shook the dollars loose with the broom thing, the squeegee broom, long handle type device, there was a few that got shaken loose with that. And the one customer that was in there, he was like an older guy, obviously the dollars kind of like fluttered around different areas. So he gets up out of his chair. He hadn't tipped me anything, by the way. He was just like watching the TV, like the sports game on the television or whatever. He goes around and picks up the dollars off the floor. And of course, I think he's gonna be nice and like put them on the stage. But, well, I wanted to think that, but honestly, I did actually get the vibe just by looking at him that he wasn't gonna do that. And I was actually, yeah, he tried to walk off with them. And it's weird because like, yeah, obviously like that starts to look like they're just gonna put them on the stage. Like who wouldn't put them on the stage? Who would actually try to walk off with them? But that, like I said, by looking at him, I kind of did almost get that vibe a little bit that he might try that, but then I was like, no, of course not. But he did. He started to walk away with the dollars. So out comes my Russian accent. I start screaming from the top of the pole, like, excuse me, sir! Excuse me! Can you please return? You guys, I was like, this was so embarrassing, you guys. And honestly, a part of me thinks that he probably did that just to see if I would do this, like to see what I would do. He just wanted to hear my Russian accent. I'm pretty sure. But I was screaming so loud, like, because I wasn't gonna let him walk off with those dollars. So I wanted to make sure everyone in that room, the few people that were in there, they were gonna see this guy doing that. I was like, excuse me, sir! Return the dollars! Can you please return the dollars to the area? That's literally how I did it. I was like, sorry to like hurt anybody's ears out there. I'm not exaggerating. Like I was at the top of my lungs. I couldn't have gotten my voice louder if I wanted to. It was like the highest decibel, the highest volume my vocal cords would allow. And it was so freaking embarrassing. But I was like, can you please return the dollars to the area? Return the dollars to the area. I wasn't going to let him walk off with them. I was still at the top of the pole, mind you. So, and I'm pretty sure I still had the squeegee in my, like the broom in my hand. If I didn't have the broom in my hand, I would have tried to come down the pole quicker and like run after him, like on foot, and like get those dollars, like, you know. But I'm pretty sure I wasn't able to do that because I still had this long like broom handle squeegee thing in my hand. So for me to try to, I don't know how I was able to climb the pole with that, but for me to try to come down the pole with that in my hand, obviously I'm tired from being up there holding it. It's heavy. I'm trying to like extend way out. This thing is like a heavy kind of thing. So I'm pretty tired at this point. So I have to be careful trying to come down the pole with this thing. I'm not just gonna like drop it and like let it clunk, although I guess I probably could have. But so yeah, like if I could have come down the pole quicker, I probably would have tried to like, you know, footstep after him but I was just, I don't know. I just tried to use my voice instead, like screaming at the top of my lungs. And, you know, like with that, the floor host and some of the other dancers that were there, they were all looking at him. So it's like, you know, pretty much everyone else in the room was like looking at him at this point. So if he were to try to really go off with the dollars, like they're all gonna like see it. And so reluctantly at that point, he returned to the stage area and put them back in that area. I said, return to the area, please. Return to the area. Sir, return to the area. That was the best part of my whole shift, honestly. That was honestly that was the best part. Like, I'm assuming that he wasn't being serious. He probably is like some weirdo that saw my videos and just wanted to hear, which I did get to do. So anyways, that's oh my gosh. So there's still some dollars up there that I wasn't able to shake loose, and I just couldn't get those ones yet, but they're still on my mind. I'm still thinking about them. Oh gosh. Anyway, guys, it was the top of my lungs. I was screaming like the poor other people in the building. Like, I don't know. It was fun though. What an asshole. He better not have been serious. I really hope the only reason that happened is because he wanted to hear my accent. Anyway, like, I have all this stuff written down that I've like really wanted to like chat with you guys about and mention, but oh, I guess it'll have to wait because I'm not cold now, but I'm sure I will be. Oh, okay. So also the Band-Aid that I have on freaking, oh my gosh, I'm pretty sure this is the thing. I did get some Band-Aids from the office for the cut that I got on my finger. But I also had some Band-Aids already with me, and this one that I put on, I can't be too sure. I really don't know if this Band-Aid is from the club or if it's one of the ones that I already had brought in with me. All I know is that I got extra Band-Aids from the office because I get really dramatic every time I get a cut. I'm like, I need all the Band-Aids. So yeah, I got extra Band-Aids from the office, but then they kind of mixed in with the Band-Aids that I already had. But regardless, this one on my finger, I'm pretty sure it's the kind that has like the lotion, like the ointment that they put on the pad, like the antibiotic ointment. And I wasn't thinking about that. So obviously that's gonna make the pole slippery. The pole's already so freaking slippery, like just, and they didn't even have like the smoke going tonight that adds to that slipperiness. That pole's just always slippery, but it was especially slippery tonight. And then this frickin' Band-Aid did not help with that. This was definitely making it worse, and I wasn't even realizing until like later on in the night when it started to like come off, and I was like, gee, this isn't helping anything. Like, my dumb ass, like this wouldn't have been an issue if I wasn't so obsessed with the stupid dollars that get stuck above the stage in the ceiling area. Oh my gosh. It's only like the first level of the ceiling. The actual real ceiling is like 20 feet higher, if not 30. It's such a weird building. It's a really weird building. The full ceiling height goes like way, way higher. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so yeah. I'm so stupid. Like, I don't know why I make things, I complain about like so many things, but then my stupid ass makes things so much worse and so much harder for myself. like, I didn't notice the ointment on the Band-Aid until like pretty much the night was practically over at this point. And then I'm like, gee, that's awful flippery too right here. Oh, you guys, I don't, all I'm ever thinking about lately is just winter. It's just like, that's the only main thing on my brain. I just can't shake it loose from my head. Like, it's just so beyond awful. And I wonder every single year, I'm like, how have I done this my entire life? I just don't understand how a person could do it even one time, yet alone their entire lives. It's like, and that's what I was thinking too. Like, obviously I know it's probably not the best idea for me to do live videos from the club back to my apartment, but where I am, it's just such a terrible place to be as far as like weather and just like so many factors. Yes, I love the club that I dance at, but obviously I struggle there. Anybody that would like, you know what I mean, be in this area, they'll have their own shit to deal with, like beyond belief. Like, if you're in the area that I'm in, like you'll get what's coming to you just by being here in this climate. The climate, the winter is just beyond anything I could ever, it's like, you know what I mean, to where I just, and yeah, I pretty much base so much of how I work at the club these days. I've pretty much always done this. I've pretty much always based how I work around who I have a crush on. So I'm still doing that now. Like, I've tried to stop, and this is how I am apparently, which is obviously awful in its own, like, this is a whole separate issue. And the person that I've been basing my entire schedule off of, pretty much, I try so hard not to do this. I specifically work Wednesdays lately when he doesn't work Wednesdays. So I like force myself to still go in on Wednesdays when he's not there, because I'm like, I have to still do shifts that he's not there too. You know what I mean? But those suck so much worse for me usually. Not always, well, pretty much always, yeah. But it's like, he's gonna be moving next spring. So then I'm like, okay, like, what the F am I gonna do then? Like, he's such a main motivation for me to go in these days, and it's been like that for years. And then before that, it was like other people working there that I was like doing this with. So, like, I don't know if I'm gonna like come up with somebody new once he leaves next year. But I can't think of anyone. Like, I never try to plan it out. Like, it just kind of naturally happens. Like, but there's nobody else that works there that I feel this way about, at least not now. And this is like, with him, it's been years. And like, people in the past, people that I was doing that with, that I felt that way about, like, they never were very nice to me, whereas this guy has been very nice to me. So I don't know. I just don't know how I'm gonna feel dancing there. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, trying to motivate myself to go in when he's not there anymore with the winters, and just like him being there tonight with the being so cold, and just like I really just did not want to go out again today. But it was like him working tonight, and then also I just like needed to get my ass out of my apartment and get exercise. And I wanted to get up at like 6. I wanted to get up so early this morning and go out and do so many things. Like I wanted to go to the gym, I wanted to go to the internet place, like 2 different places to try, because my internet bill has gone up mysteriously $20 recently. So I wanted to go to like different internet places to like maybe like switch my internet, or like talk to the internet people about why my bill went up. I wanted to do a YouTube video. I had like a whole day planned out for before I went into work today, and it was just too cold and I was just too tired, like the previous few days. And then it turned into me barely being able to get out just to go into the club for work, like to get there on time. So I just really worry about the future. Like what about when he's not there anymore? And then I'm still going to be dealing with the winter, and I'm still going to be dealing with all this like stuff that I deal with. And it's like, so yeah, I kind of just, you know, like me doing videos like live after the club at night now, sometimes it's like, whatever, I'm just going to do what I want to do. You know what I mean? It's like, because it's all just so messed up to me, you know, and it's just like, I don't know, I've missed being on here like the past few days. It's like, you know, oh, and I haven't been on the webcamming site that I'm signed up on for like months and months, and last night I went on just to see if I could still log in, to see if I still had my like account on there. And the times that I've been on there in the past, like I'll wear my wig, I'll put my eyebrows on, like I'll get really like nervous and like animated and engaged, like being on there. And last night when I went on there, I was just like dead numb, just like no eyebrows. I didn't put a wig on. I was just like wearing like it was just too cold and I just didn't care. I was like laying back in my bed, like with my head on the pillow, just like not doing a damn thing. Like I wasn't like animated or like engaging. I wasn't looking at anybody that was like in the room. Like I wasn't like checking the chat box to see if like people were coming into my chat room or not. Somebody sent me a message. I didn't even open it to like click on it, like a private message. I didn't even open it at all. I didn't look at it at all. I was just like literally like I was doing what I would normally do, just like in my bed, like with the covers like way up over me, just like online, just like looking at stuff on the internet, like looking at other stuff on YouTube, like looking at like stuff I was Googling, you know, just like whatever I would normally be doing online. I was just like basically doing, like, I've never done that before. But I just didn't have it in me to like care, which was kind of nice in a way. Obviously I looked like shit, but I did like the way that my lips looked. I couldn't stop looking at my lips and my cheekbones. Like I was just kind of like stroking my face a little bit with my fingers, and like I wasn't wearing any makeup. Like I didn't do anything to like try to get ready this time. I just kind of was completely natural, just like all bundled up pretty much with my stupid hat on, but no wig and like no eyebrows. Like, but I could see the color in my lips, just like the natural like blood, like just the natural like color in them. And I was just like kind of like going like that and like pressing them together to like watch the blood come to the surface of the skin. And I thought it looked kind of cool. And I was kind of just like touching my face, you know, and just like, I don't know, I felt really weird. I don't know. I've never done that before. Every other time that I've been on that website, it's like, I just get so like, you know what I mean? Like I can't relax. I can't be myself. I can't like just like lay back and just, I get so like, I put like so much into like every single second of like who's in my room, like, you know what I mean? Like I just get, it was so different this time. I think it was just, I don't know what it was. I think it's just how cold it was, like just how cold it's been. to where it's harder for me to care about anything at all other than how much I hate winter and how obliteratingly awful it is. It's just one of the most horrible things I could ever imagine. It's so awful. So fucking awful. Anyways, when I was on the webcam, yeah, I was just like, I don't know, I kind of liked the way that I looked a little bit, even though I obviously look like crap. It was just like, it's hard to explain. But it was just kind of a nice feeling, like not really caring, not really trying, just kind of like being natural, being myself, just like seeing what would happen. I was only on there for an hour, like under an hour. Whereas normally before I'd be on for like 8 hours and, you know, hardly make a thing. Pretty much same thing as me at the club, you know. But yeah, like 8 hours with like, those 8 hours were so uncomfortable because I'd have my wig on. It was like itchy and like, you know, it's one thing for me to wear my wigs when I'm out and about, but just to like be doing that when I'm in my apartment where I want to just try to be comfortable, you know, it's like, and I can't touch my eyebrows like when I have my eyebrows on when I'm in my apartment because it'll smudge, it'll rub off, it'll get on my pillows and stuff. So yeah, all the times that I've been on that website before in the past, like I've had like my wigs and a little bit of makeup on, like just so uncomfortable to where I just couldn't wait to get off of there. Whereas this time I was just like none of that and just like laying back in my bed like exactly how I would normally do, how I would normally be. I don't know, I'm kind of just like, I think I'm happy that I still have an account on there, it looks like. I'm just wondering like if I'm gonna be able to, I think I might just keep trying to do that from time to time, like on my days off, just so I do something on my days off without just sleeping them away entirely and just like completely crumbling into this like pit of despair, pretty much. I don't know, or trying not to let that happen. Like, I don't know. It looks like I still have my account on there, so I guess that's something at least, you know. All I can think about is winter, honestly. I just can't get over it. I never ever will. I don't know how. I just don't know how people do it. And I don't know how I do it, how I've done it all this time. I just don't understand. I never ever will, ever. Oh gosh. Anyway. Well, yeah, I've missed being on here the past few days. There's like a whole lot of stuff that's been pending that I like, you know, want to like chat about and talk about, but I can't get into too much right now because yeah, I want to just go shower and get ready for bed, I guess, or try to. It's technically already Monday and I want to try to go back into the club later to do a Monday shift, so hopefully I can come back on here before that or in between, like when there's still some daylight out to work with. You guys, people have been ordering Domino's pizza at the club a lot lately and it smells so bad. I'm not trying to be judgy or like, it looks good a little bit and like, it's weird because like when I open the box to look at it and like just tease myself with it, when I open the box, sometimes there's so many boxes of them. It's like, I don't know, people just go crazy for pizza there. But so like sometimes I'll open the box to look at it and just see what it looks like and like sniff it a little bit. When I open the box, it kind of smells good like regular pizza. But then like when the boxes are closed and off to the side in the kitchen and I'm just standing next to them, they kind of smell like cat food. And somebody else even said it tonight. Like one of the floor hosts came up to me and was like, is it just me or does it smell like cat food back here? And I was like, oh my gosh, okay, so I'm not the only one. And they said the same. Oh my God, there's a spider on my windshield. Oh God. Oh, I want that off. Oh God. Oh God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I never put my windshield wipers on. Even when it's raining, I don't put my windshield wipers on. And I'm doing it now, obviously, because I can't tell. Holy sh! I don't think it squished it like I was hoping it would. It was like, it came onto this side, I'm pretty sure, to where if it's not squished, then it's, I don't like this. Okay, I'm not gonna think about it anymore. I'm gonna put this out of my brain. I don't know what to do. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. It's just another living creature, and that wasn't very nice of me to do with the windshield wipers, but anyway, that was my natural reaction. Anyways, so it wasn't just me, and he was like saying the same thing. He was like, okay, so it's not just me, and I was like, it's not just me. But yeah, like, it's weird because like it smelled good like up close and personal when I opened the box to sniff it, but then when the boxes were like farther away, it smelled like cat food, or it just smelled very strange. But I'm glad I'm not the only one that noticed that, because yeah, like they said it too. So people order pizza there so much, like they just go freaking nuts for pizza. And like, okay, I guess, but I don't know, I get a kick out of it. Like, there's just so many boxes. It was a very strange smell though. Like, when the boxes were closed and I was just standing away from them, I was like, what is that? Is that the pizza? Is that what that is? Or like, what else could it be, really, you know? But anyways, okay, so where's my, oh, I have my notes here. But so yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get back into some of what I wanted to talk about later on. Sorry, this video is basically like not very exciting like a lot of my videos. It's just kind of like, I just wanted to come on because yeah, I didn't want to have to like wait until later. I figured it would be harder for me to get to sleep because I'd be like anxious to finally come back on here. So I figured if I could just like do a quick video now, then hopefully I'd be able to sleep a little better and not be so anxious just like waiting to get up and try to squeeze it in before my next shift, which is technically today also. I don't know. Oh, so yeah, it says 54 degrees on my car thermostat. Obviously I'm not wearing a jacket. I have like wool, like thigh-high socks. I'm wearing like 3 pairs of socks. So I don't know. I'm wearing a dress. I'm wearing my club dress and then like a summery kind of dress over it. So like I feel like I try so hard to toughen myself up to the cold, but these past few days in my apartment, I just wasn't able to do it very well. Like I just couldn't do it. I couldn't get out and I knew too, like once I got out, it would actually probably be warmer outside, like with the sun and stuff, if I could just get out in time for the sun. But just like the process of trying to do it, like when I have all my covers and my bed right there, I'm just like, no, I just like, you know, it's like, oh God, it's like I just paid my rent. I just want to like utilize it, you know, and like actually be here for some of the time, not just constantly working. Because when I do work, it's just like, yeah, shifts back to back. It's like I'll get like 4 or 5 hours of sleep in between shifts. Like tonight / today / later today, for instance, it's like I just got out. It's 3 in the morning and now I'm trying to go back in for like, you know, in a very short time period. Like I'm basically going to be trying to get back in before 4 for Monday, but it's already Monday. And then I just do that like the whole first half of the week, like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then I tell myself, okay, Thursday's my day off. But I think it was just really bad timing when we had the frost, this freezing night this week, or last week, I guess. Because the freezing night was Thursday. So then I wanted to get back out Friday, and that freezing night Thursday night just like carried into Friday, to where I just like, it was just so awful. I just couldn't get out of there. It was too cold for me to really just, you know, do it. I tried so hard, and I kept trying so hard for like Saturday, even Thursday I wanted to get out, you know, like I kept telling myself, oh, I'm not actually that tired. And then I have to go with that when I feel that. Like I have to just like grab that moment that I feel that and just get my ass out the door. Because the second I don't, and then when I let any amount of time pass after that, that's when the tiredness hits me usually. You know what I mean? I have to ride that moment of feeling like I'm not tired and just like get out and go right there, right then. Because yeah, the second that moment passes, then it hits me, and then that exhaustion catches up to me and carries into the next day and the next day and the next day, and it will just like take over and swallow me whole pretty much. I try so hard to fight it. It ain't easy. Anyway, on that note, I really ought to wrap this up and try to go get some sleep, you know, like try to just, my stomach's like rumbling and I'm starting to get a little bit chilly now, but nothing like I felt these past few days, that's for sure. Going on that pole definitely warms me up. So anyways, I hope you guys are well. I haven't really been able to check comments and stuff like that. Like these past few days, I've just been pretty much off YouTube completely. I really don't go on my phone when I'm at my apartment. When I'm at my apartment, I'm just on my laptop and just a whole different like YouTube account. So I kind of just like ignore this one and just like try to take a break from it when I'm at my apartment and stuff. Like YouTube for me with this channel, it's when I come out, when I'm out and about, you know, like in my car and just like out doing stuff basically. So I tried to reply, like check comments and reply to some of them earlier tonight. But most of tonight, my shift, I was pretty busy. So I really didn't get to do that too much, but I definitely appreciate people that have been commenting and interacting, and I had some people like, you know, asking if I was okay and how I was doing, so I thought that was really nice. I really appreciate that. I tried to respond to the ones that I was able to see briefly when I was, you know, just briefly checking through a little bit. But I feel like there might be some that I didn't get to actually go through, and I probably didn't get to see all of them yet because yeah, I was busy most of tonight at work. But I really appreciate you guys, and I'm glad I got to come on here and touch base a little bit for now. Hopefully I'll be able to get back on later today, you know, Monday. The next few days, I'm really hoping I'll be able to. It's supposed to be pretty cold and rainy, but you know, at least it says rain and not snow, right? So hopefully I'll be able to come back on soon though. I'm gonna peace out for now and hope you guys are well. Good night for now, guys.